Hello you guys, welcome to Street Politics with Talessia, and I want to talk about the recently police shooting with Atatiana. She had a pretty name, kind of remind me of somebody I know. She was shot by a police officer in Fort Worth, Dallas, Texas. So the police, I don't know who, well, I guess it had to be the police. They had released the body cam of the officer or whatever. So let's back this up. A neighbor called a non-emergency number and was like, hey, I think y'all probably need to come check at my neighbor. Their front door is wide open. I guess it's at 2-something a.m. in the morning. I believe it was 2 something. Don't quote me on that. So they was saying, hey, I think you need to come, look at my car. You need to come see what's going on. So when the police officers got there, now when they got there, you see them, they didn't really go to the front door at first. Well, first of all, they parked their car down down a little bit. I guess they didn't pull in the driveway or park in front of the house. They poured their car down a little bit. And then they get out, and then they got their flashlights out. You have certain, I don't know if it was they was going to the back. So the one particular officer, they just released his name, and I forgot, which I don't even really care. Okay, you see him at the side window. So this must have been the bedroom window of the victim. So you hear him say, just like this, please put your hands up. Like, soon as he said up, like literally 2 seconds, he shot her through the window, which that injury caused to kill her, which nephew was in front of her. So more and more stuff is coming out about what was going on with the case. I mean, what was going on. I guess her and her nephew, her nephew was at her house. She always have her nephew. She watches her mother because she's sick. She moved in with her mother. Very intelligent, bright young woman, has a bachelor's degree in biology and science or something like that. A bachelor in science, biology, whatever. Just a nice law-abiding citizen. Now, of course, the police came up under fire. Now, you know, when a white cop shoots a black person, they automatically turn into race. When I say the body cam, it had nothing to do with race to me. It had something to do with a race being a dumb jackass. Being someone that's untrained and unfit to serve. You're supposed to protect people. They never announced who they was. Now imagine if you in your room at 2 a.m. and somebody flashing a light on you. You gonna panic before you even get to understand, like, this is a cop. Now they were saying a gun was on the ground, but at the end of the day, ain't that her Second Amendment right? Who cares if a gun was in the room? That's her Second Amendment right. And if somebody is at my window and I don't know who it is, because you never announced who you was, I'm gonna grab my gun. Ain't that how you supposed to protect your home? Now, you can't give me a command and shoot me at the same time. What he did was just blatantly wrong. Do race have something to do with it? I just don't think race had nothing to do with this. I just think this man was not trained properly, trigger happy. That's all I can just think of it. Because, I mean, I can't tell you turn around in the same instance as you turn around and I push you to the ground. You gave the girl a command, but didn't even give her a chance to react to the command that you gave her. So, you know, you got the race baiters. They out there. They going crazy. Another black slaying. You can't even be in your home. This, that, or the other. Like, I hate when people involve in let's stick to the issues of this case. If race had something to do with this case, let's talk about it. But if race didn't have nothing to do with this case, Do not use because it's a black officer. I mean, a white officer, and it's a black person that got killed. No, this is why we could never progress. Let's stick to the facts of this case. It isn't like he knew who this lady was. He knew she was black, and I was, you know what I'm saying? You can't, we have to be openly honest with ourselves. Then you have white man Sean King. I don't know how in the hell he keeps getting away with the things he keeps getting away with. He is a white man portraying to be a black person, but always getting paid off of black people's pain. So it's a GoFundMe page set up. After I looked into it, I guess it was, I don't know if it was the attorney of the family or somebody that knows the family. He started a GoFundMe. Sean King got to promote him. They asked for $50,000, and then somehow it almost turned up. Last time I checked, it was $100. Now they was asking for way more. I guess they got the money just like that. So the father put out a statement, was like, you know, that was kind of them, whoever them is, to put out the GoFundMe, but he didn't know anything about it. But he's paying for his daughter's funeral. So you raised $100 and some, Sean King. What the hell are you doing with the money? If you raise that money, how is a GoFundMe set up and the family don't know nothing, has nothing to do with it? If something happened to you and your family member, it is unfair for somebody to come in and step in and act like they doing something for your family. That is not your place. You didn't have a sit down with this family and say, hey, I know you probably have the money, but let's just raise some money for her and anything that y'all might need for the family. You don't just go start a GoFundMe and then try to back it up, and then the father comes out and basically say he don't know what's going on, but all he knows is he paying for his daughter's funeral. Sean King is a thief. Every dime of that money should go to that lady family. Because GoFundMe, it goes straight to your bank. So it's nothing that you had to do. You posted it on your social media. So it's nothing that you have to do to take out from that money. You should not have started this. The guy that started it, whoever, because I could have sworn I seen them at the news conference. So I don't know if this is lawyer but it's odd for them not to even, like, you didn't tell them that you was setting a GoFundMe up for her. You didn't tell them that you was setting a GoFundMe up for her. But see, this is the thing. But I want to, it's so tragic. I mean, the family came out well spoken. You know, they didn't come out. They didn't even mention, well, not some of the ones that I called at the time. They didn't, you know what I'm saying, make it about race. They make it about the fact that this officer didn't do his job and they took away their loved one. Exactly what the case is about. So, you have, what is the heck? You have, what is that? It looks like something's in my one. I'm sorry. You have, everybody on America just making about everything what it is instead of just sticking with the basics. So, the family came out well spoken, was saying the lovely things about their sister. And you know what I'm saying? How she was a good auntie, a good sister, a good law-abiding citizen, did everything right in life. You know what I'm saying? In her own home, minding her own business. And a police officer that's supposed to protect and serve came in and took her life. Now, okay, they was like later on it was going to be a news conference from the police. So I'm thinking like, well, you know how some police officers, a lot of these police unions is, they back their officers when they know sometimes that they are wrong. In this case, it was clear cut the officer was wrong. So that the police chief came out and said that basically he was going to fire the guy. He gave his name. He said he was going to fire him, but by the time he got there, he had already made gave his resignation letter. He called outside forces to come in. He want the outside people to come in and do a thorough, independent investigation. He what did he say? What else did he say? Basically doing what you're supposed to do, because even if a police, right or wrong on a police officer, I don't think the force should be the ones handling the case. You always supposed to have outside come on. Oh, he also said that he was going to have outside people come in to go over their training and see how they can retrain their police officers. The mayor, everybody said this was wrong. But see, this police chief, kudos to him. Because he could have came out and tried to back this man, even though he know he was wrong because of the code of blue, the code of honor. No, this is what you do. You have more good officers than you have bad officers. But point out the bad officers. It's okay. It don't make you less of a police force, less of a police woman or policeman if you calling out the negative things that a police officer do. You don't want those type of people in your police force. Get rid of those types. And what he did was the right thing. Now I can't listen. I only seen a couple fools defending this, but 99% of everybody. This was one case where I could see the whole world was on one accord, including the police chief and the mayor. It was wrong. It was on camera. Oh, he said he broke so many protocols even before up till the shooting. See, this is what you call it out. It was wrong. And it's sad that this police force is going to be setting the pay for other police force to, if an officer is doing something wrong, do what you are supposed to do. And doing what you're supposed to do does not make it as if you are anti-police, because that's the stigma you got. You got one side thinking that if you say something about the police, you anti. Then you got one side that got a stigma if the police are bad and they just out here gunning down black people. You have to look past all that. Just seek the truth. Just seek the truth in all those situations. And it's sad she lost her life doing everything right, and someone comes in her home and murder her. This was complete negligence on the police. Y'all didn't even announce who y'all was. Y'all are not gonna do. How the hell am I supposed to know who you is? Then you flashing the light. Imagine somebody 2 a.m. flashing a light at you in your bedroom. Luckily, she didn't shoot and kill him. What if she would have shot and killed him? Because that would have been a clear case. And I can see them vindicating her. I didn't know who this, because they was an assailant to me, as far as I'm concerned. You see what I'm saying? So yeah, so I'm glad that the police, they stepped up. They doing what's right, giving this to somebody else to take care of this case, because they want to be fair. They don't want to seem biased, and they want what's right for him to be held accountable. I don't know nothing about this police officer, make any kind of judgment on him, so I won't even say all that. But you have to make better decisions. You can't. Oh, one thing he did say, he was scared. You listen. Do not sign up for the police academy if you're scared. Being a police is the hardest job on America, if you ask me. It's a job that I would never want. It's a job that I would never do. Because you risk your life. You run in when people are running out. You go into when it's a shooting on this street, it's a shootout, and you have to go defuse the situation, not knowing if one of those bullets gonna come kill you. You're already have the worst job in America. If you are scary, do not be a police officer. You should not take that type of job, because you already have to react on seconds. And if you a scared person to kill somebody more quicker than anybody else, and that's just the truth. So be careful. Like, they should not let people on the force that's scared. You have to be a strong, brave-hearted sister or brother that want to take those positions. Take that type of position. And if you're a scary type of person, that position is not for you. You should not want to be a police officer. That job is not for you. Find something else to do. Joining the police force and being scary, that means every time something happens, you quick to make rash decisions that's not right. And just like this police officer just did, and he said that he was, what did they say? He was scared in something or whatever, something stupid. But that's just my thing with that. Now the race baiters, they can't race bait off this. The police force did what they were supposed to do off top. They ain't having none of that. They giving it. See how stuff work out. Some stuff you ain't even got to sit back and do all that. Everybody wanted to make it about race. It ain't had nothing to do. It had something to do with a stupid officer, and the police knew that was wrong and they didn't back him. Sean King probably had 50 posts already ready to post to go in on Fort Worth Police Department in Dallas. He couldn't wait. This right here done spoiled all his fun. Y'all don't ruin Sean King thing. Now he out there to get that money back. Now I just feel sad for that lady and that baby that had to witness at 9 years old. I hope the family get him the counseling that he is going to need. He's going to need continuous counseling, because imagine, I don't even know where she got shot at. Imagine a 9-year-old seeing your auntie. That is crazy. So we want to keep the family in prayers and uplift them if they go through this trying time. And that's all I want to say on that case. Thank you all and have a blessed day.